G'day, hope you're well. Overwhelm, going to talk about this again, and this is what I think is really important. I know for myself that when I have purpose, when I have clear intent in my day with the use of my time, I feel less overwhelmed. And here's why I think that's the case, is because when you're not clear about what you want to achieve in life, when you don't have clear, defined goals, values, etc., you will have your time drawn in all different directions by everyone else but yourself. And that means, your colleagues, your boss, your co-workers will steal your attention, put demands on you. These external expectations and demands that are put on us and the use of our time happen every day. And that's what creates the overwhelm, because we start to get pulled in all these different directions and our time becomes less our own and becomes more everyone else's. And that really causes a lot of anxiety and stress and overwhelm. I've felt this, right? Where you just and sometimes you just pull up and you just go, where am I finding time for myself and what I'm trying to achieve in life? Don't let others own your time. You own your time. It is your time, and you only get this time, right? So make sure you're using it wisely. And this is why I think if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling stressed and anxious about life in general at the moment, with all these expectations and demands pulling on you, and it's not only the demands of others, it's the demands from tech these days. I mean, how overwhelming is tech? I talked about this recently. We're on all these different messaging apps, social media, and it's pulling our attention away. And again, we're leaving less and less time for ourselves. So I think we need to really sit down and reassess, what are our values? What is the purpose? What am I trying to achieve here? How do I want to live my life? How do I want to feel? And I've talked about this many times, but if we can start doing those assessments, we will become very time conscious. And this is where I think we can really help manage this level of overwhelm that we're feeling this day and age. Because once we have purpose and we have a bit of clarity around how we want to use our time, getting up in the morning and sitting down and looking at your goals, looking at your values, then you become a bit more intentful with, hey, this is the time I've got today. And you can become very good at politely saying no to these external demands. Pushing them back and saying, well, that's great. It sounds like a good idea, but I've got this to do. This is what I've got to do. And when you become more purposeful, when you have a clear level of intent around your life and what you're trying to achieve, you will become better at putting up these boundaries. And it's not about being selfish, right? This is not what it's about. It's about putting up the boundaries and protecting your time. And once you start to feel that and you create a little bit more pockets of time here for yourself and doing what you need to do, you will feel less overwhelmed. And I can tell you now, this is why I think it's not selfish, because those that are purposeful, those that have clarity, those that have clear intent with the use of their time, they're much more calmer, they're much more focused, they're much more driven, and they can get a lot more done that's important to them. And then more calmly, they can then help select what demands that they want to help others with. They can help choose how to use the time, the spare time that they may have, on what activities, leisure activities, etc. they might want to do. And I think that's where it becomes paramount. Because if you're not suffering with overwhelm, if you're not suffering with stress and anxiety, you're calmer, you're more clear, you're more able to help more people. And that's the goal. So I think finding a level of clarity around your values and your goals will really help you be able to manage this level of overwhelm. And if you can do that, if you can wake up every day more purposefully, you'll find greater meaning in what you do. You'll find greater joy in what you do. You'll find a greater freedom as well. And I think that's what it's all about. Have a great day.